Hey everyone, come close. This story is going to feel familiar if you've ever been the family member who shows up for everything but is never really wanted. If you've ever felt invisible in your own bloodline, hit that like button right now. Subscribe if you want more raw stories of people who finally stopped begging for a seat at the table. Drop in the comments, where are you watching from and what time is it there? I read every single one. My name is Avery Quinn. I'm 28, living in Austin, Texas. 6 months ago I flew from Austin to Charleston, South Carolina, for my older sister Brooke's wedding. The invitation never arrived. I waited weeks, checked mail, refreshed email, told myself it was a mistake. Family doesn't forget family, right? Wrong. The venue was Magnolia Point Inn, historic waterfront mansion, white columns wrapped in ivy, live oaks heavy with moss, the harbor sparkling in the background. Inside, crystal chandeliers dripping light, ivory tablecloths, centerpieces of white roses so tall they blocked views. The air smelled like fresh lilies, sea salt, and money. Guests in silk gowns and tuxedos laughed over champagne flutes that caught every sparkle. I stood at the reception table in a simple navy dress I'd bought on sale, holding a small silver gift box wrapped with a white ribbon. The coordinator, young, polite, tablet in hand, scanned the guest list. Avery Quinn? I nodded. Bride's sister. Brooke Harper Thornton. She checked again. Twice. Her smile faded into pity. I'm so sorry. You're not listed. My chest tightened, but I kept my voice steady. Can you double-check? I'm her sister. She tilted the screen. No Avery. No Quinn. 350 names, friends, colleagues, old Charleston families, Brooke sorority sisters. Mom and Dad were there. My name was not. I stepped back. Pulled out my phone. Dialed Brooke. She answered on the third ring. Music, laughter, glasses clinking behind her. What? Brooke, they say I'm not on the list. A short, cold laugh. You're really here? Avery, this is my wedding. Did you think you'd be invited? The line went dead. I stood in the marble foyer, surrounded by strangers celebrating my sister, silver box in my hands. Inside it wasn't a toaster or champagne glasses. It was truth. The kind Brooke had spent her life avoiding. I walked to the gift table, piles of Tiffany blue, Hermes orange, glossy white with gold bows. I found a quiet spot near the edge and placed my small silver box among them. Tucked a card under the ribbon, to Brooke, from your sister Avery. The coordinator watched. Ma'am, are you sure you don't want to stay? I could speak to the planner. I gave her a small smile. Some gifts speak louder when the giver isn't in the room. I turned and walked out. Past the string quartet. Past the floral arches. Past the perfect day that didn't include me. Outside, Charleston evening air was warm and salty. I took a deep breath. No tears. Not yet. I didn't know it then, but in a few hours, when Brooke opened that box in front of 350 guests, champagne flutes would freeze midair. Phones would start recording. And my sister, who'd spent her life pretending I didn't exist, would finally have to see me. But before I tell you what was in that box, I need to take you back. Because this didn't start with a wedding snub. It started the day I realized I was never really part of the family I grew up in. The flight back to Austin was quiet. I sat by the window, navy dress still on, silver box long gone from my hands. Below, Charleston shrank into lights and shadows. I didn't cry. I'd spent too many years crying in silence. Instead I felt steady. Like the first time you realize the cage door was never locked, you just never tried the handle. Back at the Magnolia Point Inn, the ballroom glowed. Chandeliers threw soft gold across 350 guests. Roses towered in vases. Waiters in white gloves moved like ghosts, refilling champagne flutes that caught every flicker of light. The string quartet had shifted to something softer, romantic, perfect for toasts and cake cutting. Brooke sat at the head table, Vera Wang gown shimmering, diamonds at her throat, smile camera ready. Marcus beside her, handsome, attentive, exactly the kind of husband she'd always said she deserved. Mom and Dad at the same table, beaming like they'd won something. The MC took the mic after dessert plates were cleared. Ladies and gentlemen, before we cut the cake, the bride and groom will open a few special gifts. Brooke clapped, delighted. Marcus smiled. A staff member wheeled the gift table closer, piles of Tiffany blue, Hermes orange, glossy white with gold bows. My small silver box sat near the edge, almost lost among the extravagance. Brooke floated over, laughing for the crowd. Let's see what treasures we got. She picked up a crystal vase first, oohs and applause. Then silver candlesticks. More smiles. Then her fingers brushed the silver box. She lifted it. Read the card, to Brooke, from your sister Avery. A short, sharp laugh. Oh look, from my sister. The one who couldn't even make the list. Guest chuckled uncomfortably. Marcus frowned slightly. Brooke untied the ribbon, still playing for the cameras. Lifted the lid. Inside, thick envelope. She pulled out the first paper. Notarized amendment to Grandma Vivian's will. Hartwell Quinn Jewelry Collection, $2.7 million in heirlooms, sole property of Avery Quinn. Her smile froze. Hands trembled. She unfolded the next page, Grandma Vivian's letter. My dearest Avery. Brooke sees pieces as status. You see stories. Beauty isn't owned, it's carried. Your parents will be angry. But you honor history, not display for likes. Brooke's face turned white, then red. This can't be real. Marcus leaned in. What is it? She thrust the papers at him. He read. Eyes widened. Then Brooke pulled out the last item, copy of the Everlight Studios contract. Client, Brooke Harper Thornton. Owner/proprietor, Avery Quinn. $18,000 non-refundable deposit paid. The ballroom went silent. Forks hovered. Phones lifted, someone already recording. Brooke stared at her own signature. No. A woman nearby whispered, wait, the photographer is her sister? The one she said was a nobody? Another, she bragged about $2.7 million jewelry being hers, but it's the sister's? Brooke spun toward my team. Where's the photographer? Where's Avery? My lead shooter stepped forward. I'm lead. Miss Quinn owns Everlight. She doesn't usually attend personally. Brooke's voice cracked. You work for her? Led nodded. Everlight is top tier. Vogue featured. Booked 2 years out. Murmurs exploded. She owns the company? Brooke hired her own sister she didn't invite? The jewelry too? Caroline Ashford, wedding planner, Grandma Vivian's friend, stepped up. I witnessed Vivian sign that amendment. She told me, Brooke sees trophies. Avery sees memories. Brooke's knees buckled. Marcus caught her. Stop talking, he said quietly. Cold. Mom rushed forward. This is a forgery. Avery did this to ruin us. Caroline, it's authentic. I was there. Guests whispered louder. Phones out. Recording everything. Brooke clutched papers, mascara streaking. She ruined my wedding, she ruined everything. Marcus looked at her like seeing her for the first time. What else did you lie about? The MC tried, let's move to cake? No one listened. Half the room filming. Half leaving. On my flight, I landed in Austin. Phone off airplane mode. Notifications flooded. 47 missed calls. Brooke. Mom. Dad. Marcus. Texts. Brooke, pick up now. You destroyed me. Mom, how could you do this? Dad, we need to talk. Immediately. Marcus, Avery, this is Marcus. I need to understand. I'm sorry I believed her lies about you. I silenced everything. Stepped into Austin night, warm, alive, mine. Viral video hit TikTok at 2 a.m. 3 million views by morning. I didn't watch. I didn't need to. I knew the ending. If you've ever had truth hit someone who never wanted to hear it, comment. What would you have done on that plane? Where are you? What time? The real story was just starting. Austin welcomed me with warm night air and the hum of cicadas. I stepped off the plane, navy dress wrinkled from the flight, silver box long gone. My phone, off airplane mode since landing, lit up like a Christmas tree. 47 missed calls. Brooke. Mom. Dad. Even Marcus. Texts stacked like accusations. Brooke, pick up right now. You ruined my life. Mom, how could you humiliate your sister like this? Dad, this is unacceptable. Call immediately. Marcus, Avery, this is Marcus. I'm sorry. I believed everything she said about you. I need to understand what really happened. I silenced everything. Walked to my car in the parking garage. The engine started soft. City lights blurred past as I drove home. No tears. Just a strange calm, like the storm had passed and I was still standing. By morning the video was everywhere. TikTok first, 3 million views overnight. Someone in the ballroom had recorded the whole thing. Brooke's smug laugh when she read my card, her hands shaking as she pulled out the will amendment, her face draining white reading Grandma Vivian's letter, the contract reveal, Caroline's calm confirmation, guests whispering, Marcus's quiet stop talking. Comments flooded. She called her sister a nobody. Turns out the nobody owns the photography company and the $2.7 million jewelry. Grandma knew. Always the quiet ones. This is the most satisfying public fact check I've ever seen. My studio inbox exploded, 300 new inquiries by noon. Vogue wanted a follow-up feature. A producer from a daytime talk show emailed. I didn't respond. I sat in my office, Lakeview sparkling outside, and stared at Grandma Vivian's photo on my desk. Her knowing smile. The greatest treasures aren't the ones people fight over. They're the ones quietly passed on. I whispered to the empty room, you were right. 3 days later, Mom showed up unannounced. My receptionist buzzed, a woman here. Says she's your mother. I closed my laptop. Walked to the lobby. Patricia Harper stood near the entrance, Chanel jacket, pearls, hair perfect, but eyes red-rimmed, uncertain. She stared at the awards on the walls, framed Vogue covers, magazine features with my name in bold. This is yours, she asked quietly. All of it? Yes. You never told us. You never asked. She followed me to my office. Closed the door. Sat across from me, hands folded tight. I came to talk about the wedding. About what happened. I waited. She exhaled. Brooke is destroyed. Marcus postponed the honeymoon. He's staying with his parents. He said he needs time to think about everything. I nodded. What else? The video. It's everywhere. Her company put her on leave. People at her firm recognized her. They're asking questions. I said nothing. Mom's voice cracked. She blames you. Says you planned this to ruin her. I didn't plan anything. I gave her the truth Grandma Vivian entrusted to me. Mom looked down. We failed you, Avery. I failed you. Silence stretched. I always thought Brooke needed more. She was louder. Demanded more. You were quiet. Never complained. I thought that meant you were fine. I stopped needing you because I learned you wouldn't be there. She flinched. Tears came, real ones, not the polite kind she used at events. Vivian tried to tell me. Said I was losing you. I called her dramatic. I looked at Grandma's photo. She wasn't. Mom wiped her face. Brooke's in therapy now. Marcus insisted. She's trying to understand why Grandma chose you. I nodded. That's a start. She stood to leave. At the door, Vivian always said you were the strongest. I think I finally see it. She walked out. I sat alone, watching the lake sparkle. Strong didn't feel like fireworks. It felt like standing still while the storm passed around me. A week later, Brooke called. First time since the wedding. I answered. Avery? Brooke. Long pause. I don't know what to say. I waited. I thought the jewelry was mine. I thought Grandma loved me best. I told everyone. I bragged. And then? You found out it wasn't. Another pause. Marcus is gone. He left last week. Said he can't marry someone who built everything on lies. I stayed quiet. I'm sorry, she whispered. I was awful. I made you invisible. I told myself you didn't matter. But you did. You always did. I exhaled. Thank you for saying that. I don't expect forgiveness. I just needed you to know I'm trying to change. I looked out the window. I hear you, Brooke. Change takes time. If you mean it, keep going. I hung up. No promises. No rush. Just a door cracked open. That night I sat on my balcony, Austin skyline glowing. Grandma Vivian's Leica on the table beside me. I picked it up. Felt the weight. The history. I whispered, thank you. Then I lifted it. Snapped a photo of the city lights. No filter. No pose. Just truth. If you've ever had to decide whether to let someone back in after they hurt you, comment below. Did you open the door? Slam it? What felt right? Where are you watching from? What time is it? Because sometimes the greatest revenge isn't destruction. It's living well, and letting them see what they missed. 3 weeks after the wedding, Austin mornings felt different. I woke at 6:30, not 5 a.m. panic, not habit. Sunlight poured through my apartment windows, big, clean, no curtains drawn. Coffee smelled like fresh grounds, not instant packets from a utility closet. I sat on the balcony with Grandma Vivian's Leica in my lap, watching the lake shimmer gold. No chores waited. No one to impress. Just me. The viral video hit 8 million views. TikTok comments kept coming. Grandma played 4D chess from beyond. She called her sister a failure. Turns out the failure is a millionaire. This is peak quiet revenge. My studio phone rang nonstop, new bookings, media requests, even a gallery in New York wanting a solo show. I turned most down. I wasn't ready to be the viral sister. I just wanted to keep doing what I loved, capturing real moments, not post-perfection. Mom called every Sunday. Awkward at first. She asked about my week. I told her. She listened. No interruptions. No but Brooke, no comparisons. Small steps. Dad sent a letter, 3 pages, handwritten. I see now how blind I was. I thought providing meant enough. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Avery. Truly. I read it 3 times. Didn't reply yet. Not because I hated him. Because I needed time to believe the words. Brooke called twice. First time, sobbing. Marcus left. He said he can't trust someone who built a life on lies. My job suspended me. Everyone at work saw the video. I'm alone. I listened. Didn't comfort. Didn't attack. Second call, quieter. I'm in therapy. I told my therapist I treated you like you didn't matter. She asked why. I said. I was scared if you mattered, I'd have to share. I exhaled. That's honest. I don't expect forgiveness. I'm trying. I hear you, Brooke. Keep trying. I hung up. No promises. No rush. The door was cracked, not wide open, not slammed shut. If she walked through someday, I'd see. If not, I'd keep living. One Saturday I drove to a quiet park near the lake. Set up the Leica on a tripod. Snapped the way light hit water, the texture of moss on rocks, strangers laughing on benches. No client. No deadline. Just me and the lens Grandma Vivian gave me when I was 12. A text came from Marcus. Avery, I'm sorry again. Brooke and I are separated. I'm moving to DC for work. I wanted you to know, I never knew who you really were. I believed her version. I was wrong. If you ever need anything, I'm here. No strings. I typed back. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. Take care of yourself. No more. No less. That evening I sat on my balcony again. City lights glowing. Leica beside me. Grandma Vivian's photo next to it. I lifted the camera. Framed the skyline. Clicked the shutter. The photo developed in my mind before the film, honest light, no filter, no pose. Just truth. I whispered to the night, thank you, Grandma. I see it now. If you've ever had to decide how much of your heart to leave open after betrayal, comment below. Did you crack the door? Slam it? What felt right for you? Where are you watching from? What time is it? Because the best revenge isn't destruction. It's choosing yourself, and letting the rest figure out what they lost. Months passed. Austin summers turned golden, then crisp. My apartment balcony became my favorite place, coffee in hand, Grandma Vivian's Leica on the table, city lights reflecting on Lady Bird Lake. I woke without panic. Number 5 a.m. chores. No waiting for approval. Just mornings that belonged to me. Harper Light photography grew quietly. I took on fewer clients, only the ones that felt right. Weddings where the couple looked at each other like they'd found home. Portraits where people cried happy tears seeing themselves truly seen. The viral video faded from feeds, but inquiries kept coming. I said no to most. I wasn't chasing fame. I was chasing peace. Mom called every Sunday. Conversations got easier. She asked about shoots. I told her. She listened, no but Brooke, no comparisons. One call she said, I'm proud of you, Avery. I should have said it sooner. I let the words land. Didn't rush to forgive. Just said, thank you, Mom. Dad visited once. Unannounced. Stood in my studio doorway, looking small in a space I'd built without him. He stared at awards, photos, my name on the wall. I was wrong, he said. About everything. I thought success looked like Brooke's path. I never saw yours. I offered him coffee. We sat on the balcony. Talked about Grandma Vivian. He cried, quiet, real tears. She always knew you were special. I nodded. She did. Brooke texted once a month. No demands. No blame. Just updates, started new therapy group. Got a job at a small marketing firm. Marcus and I are divorced. It hurt, but I'm learning. Last text, I'm sorry, Avery. For all of it. I'm trying to be better. I replied, I see you trying. Keep going. No rush. No promises. Door still cracked. One evening I drove to a quiet spot by the lake. Set up the Leica. Snapped the sunset, gold bleeding into purple, water rippling like silk. No client. No deadline. Just me and the light Grandma Vivian taught me to chase. I developed the film in my home darkroom, small space I'd built in the apartment corner. Watched images appear in the tray, honest, raw, beautiful. No filter. No pose. Just truth. I framed one. Hung it beside Grandma's photo. Me and her, years ago, laughing in her darkroom. Now beside it, Austin's skyline at dusk. My skyline. I whispered, thank you. That night I sat on the balcony again. City alive below. Phone silent, no emergencies, no guilt trips, no demands. Just me. If you've ever had to rebuild after family tried to erase you, comment below. What was the first thing you did for yourself? How did freedom taste? Where are you watching from? What time is it? Because the sweetest revenge isn't pain returned. It's living fully in the light they tried to keep you from. Thank you for staying through all 5 parts. If this story touched the part of you that's ever felt invisible, know you're seen here. You deserve windows. You deserve light. You deserve to be the main character in your own life. Smash like if you felt this. Subscribe for more real stories of quiet comebacks. Next one, they said I'd never make it. Watch what happened. Take care of yourself first. You've always deserved it. Until next time, keep chasing your light.